Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Winged Wisdom. For those of you that follow me, I know it's been quite some time. As it always is, I kind of space out my readings or sessions. But I have my reasons for that. But before I get into that, for those of you that are new to my channel, I am a divine feminine energy. I am on a twin flame journey. And I am delivering messages that I intuitively get. And this time I pulled tarot cards, which I usually don't do. And my guys have told me the reason why I usually don't do that is because I'm not a skeptic. I want to know that I am giving you all accurate message and that it is that I'm doing it correctly. I guess I'm a perfectionist. Let me just say that. But anyway, but before I do pull cards, I do have an amethyst gold because I'm very much into crystals. I have them all over my house. This one is my son's, but I pulled my amethyst gold. For those of you that don't know about amethyst golds, low vibrational energies cannot tolerate being near them. So, if you have, amethyst gold or go to a crystal shop and buy one, they are great. I've seen some huge ones. And, you can also even put oils on them, eucalyptus, frankincense, whatever, patchouli. But I know eucalyptus and frankincense, they cannot tolerate either. So, you can even actually anoint your stones too when you cleanse them, however you cleanse them, and then you can put oils on them. So, so the title of this reading, because I specifically pulled cards for this fall, I have been guided to do that along my path of ascension. So in my last video, I mentioned that I was reading some books by an author named Elliot Eli Jackson. And the name of his book, I would say, there's a series of them. They're called the Sapential Discourses. They've written about 7 books total. Not all of them are under that series. 4 of them are under the Discourse series. And then the other 3 are titled The Way of the Master, The Soul's Plan and Purpose, and The Absolute Truth. So I really strongly encourage you guys to get the books. I've read all of them. And I will tell you right now that there are light codes embedded in them. And I've never experienced that reading a book. So this particular author has been gifted with channeling source, God. And my higher self just knew it. All I can tell you guys is get the books and read them, and your life is going to change. Since I've done it, I've been meditating every day. I've been working out. I've been just on a path of taking care of myself even more. Now, I have been doing some of those things, but I have not been consistent. You're going to be driven to be consistent, and you're going to receive light codes. You're going to get more ear ringing, dreams, encountering people or having to help people. I've been in some situations where I've had to help people, and I've done that. So yeah, read the books, get them. There are some truths in them that may trigger you, and we'll talk about that in just a second. I do want to go ahead and move on with the reading though first, because I know that's why you all probably drawn to this. And we'll do that first, and then after I do that, I will share with you all, and I encourage you to please listen to the end with the truths that I have to share. So let's get into the reading. The very top row is for the collective divine masculines. So what I specifically asked Source, God, and high vibrational angels of love and light and the universe, I specifically asked where the divine masculine collective energy is during the fall of this year. And the very first card I got was the King of Swords. So a lot of divine masculines, they have a lot to say. There's a lot that they want to say. They're coming into their power of saying it. As you can see with this king, you see the clouds. They're all swirls of blue. There's even some pale blue in his cloak there, of his cape that he has on. And he has his sword in his hand. So the reason why I titled this conversation is because, Source God is saying that collectively, that is the push. That is what's going on collectively. Now, remember, we all are creators because we were created in God's image. So the mass consciousness is even pushing for this. If you have come across several readings where they say the divine masculine is going to step forward, or someone's going to step forward from your past, there's something they want to say, explain, clear up, apologize. They're withholding a lot, withholding their feelings, withholding truths. So there were karmic lessons that were learned, but they have a lot to say. And so, yes, some of them may be reaching out this fall. And some of this energy, I'm being intuitively told, can extend a little bit into winter for some. But yeah, it's almost this feeling of unfinished business. Like if you've encountered your twin flame, if you're on a twin flame journey, or if you are just on a divine soulmate journey, if you have met your twin or divine counterpart, this message is it's a dual message here. So this message for you is that when they're going to come back to clear the air. Things need to be cleared because they're dealing with a lot of things. They're reflecting on you, reflecting on how things ended, where they want to clear things up, and they're curious to know how you all are doing, the divine feminines. Because I'm hearing social media is not cutting it. They're even getting tired of being in that routine of watching you from afar. So this King of Swords lets me know that those divine masculines have plateaued to a point where they are ready to expose some truths and sit down and see your face and talk with you. They want to talk about how things ended, about some things they went through in their life, and they want to know what's going on in yours. And not just from a social media standpoint. I don't know about many of you, but for me, I don't post everything about my life on social media. That's just me, but everybody's different. But my point is that the divine masculines are tired of observing in that way. They want more. So for those of you that have encountered your divine counterpart or have been with them for a certain amount of time and then they pulled away, separation for twin flames, or maybe just some type of karmic cycle with a soulmate or something that needs to be healed and why you guys pulled away. It's time to bring things back around. Next card is the Knight of Pentacles. So many divine masculines are making moves financially. I'm getting two messages. So one message is that they want to impress you when they come forward. Part of them don't want to be seen as how they were in the past, like that distorted masculine. They don't want to be viewed that way. They want to present and come in with this offer. They want to show that they have grown in their own growth with their careers, with their maturity. They're established. There's some changes a lot of them made. Maybe some of them had some bad habits, addictions. So basically what this card is saying that when that conversation does happen, divine feminine, just take a moment to, allow them to tell you about the good things of their lives and listen. And, support them in that, because part of their inspiration for getting themselves together is from you. There was a lesson in the separation. There was a lesson in the pull away. So, yeah, they're turning things around with that. They're progressing in their careers and businesses and financial things, and they're learning some lessons with that too. Because some of them went through, whether it be through divorces or career changes, they went through some losses. They've had to learn some lessons in that as well. So there's a lot being developed with them right now. The next card is the Sacred Pool. So if you look at this card, I believe that is a fairy or a girl. I'm not sure, but it looks like they're laying on their back in the pool. But primarily, and I had to read this card because the times that I have used this deck, I don't see it that often. This is a time of self-reflection. So if you're getting this feeling of reclusiveness, especially twin flame, it may not be your energy. You may be picking up on your divine counterpart. I don't want to say this is dark night of the soul because it doesn't feel that heavy. It feels more like, let me reflect on where I am in my life, the choices that I've made. Where could I have done things better? Because some of them feel like they're realizing they've made some poor decisions in regards to with you, with even their karmics, financial decisions with business. I don't know if some of them have children that I'm hearing, I wish I could have been there. I'm not sure what that's about, who that message is for, but something about them wishing they could be there with their children. Or something about their children. I don't know if any of you have children with your divine counterpart or a child. But for those of you that do, maybe there's some reflection about that, maybe. I don't know. Just self-reflection on their life, the choices they've made, where they've grown, where they still need to work on some things. So, and this is a good thing. We all need to do this from time to time because this is a part of healing. So all this water, emotions. And if you look at I hadn't noticed this before, but they're pointing this out to me. The cloud or the mist that's above the pool is almost shaped like a heart. It's kind of shaped like a heart. So yeah, he's in his feels. When he reflects, it allows him to tap into that energy, into that heart chakra, because it almost looks like a hue of green on this card. So yeah, people talk about the pain with separation, especially on the twin flame journey. And it is, you trigger that in each other and all that stuff comes up. But it's necessary for healing. That stuff has to come up. It's almost like, and I can't help myself, I'm a nurse, but for those of you that work in healthcare where you have to what we call like when we clean out a wound, irrigation, you have to dig deep and get that stuff to come up so it can heal from the inside out. That's how a wound heals. When you cut yourself, if it's a deep infection there, most likely the doctor's going to put you on antibiotics, especially if it's got in your bloodstream. You heal from the inside, and before you know it, that tissue comes together and it's totally healed from the inside out. Same thing with our spirit, with our soul, with things that we've accumulated. It's the same concept. So these are really good cards for the divine masculine. A lot of energy collectively is around the conversation. They're saying that because we are creators and the mass consciousness is actually helping that to manifest. So it is coming. If you have this sense of it's unfinished, it's coming. Now, I'm going to move to the bottom row, and this is for the collective divine feminines. And the very first card that I got was the temperance card. You know, many of us have come a long way. Balanced. She's grounded. You see how calm she looks? I mean, she is mastering. I don't even know how she's getting this water to go from cup to cup the way she is. She's almost magical with it. She's patient. It's been a struggle at times. She has her moments, but she is finally coming into that field of steady. I'm going to be steady. I'm going to enjoy my friends, my family. I'm going to I have balance in my work. Some of you have new career paths now, or exploring new classes with different things. Cool, calm, collected. They just said it's like there are some divine, and this is a little bit division. I'll get to that with the next card. But yeah, what the divine collective feminines are working on now is finding that balance and being grounded. And that is very important. They're telling me, especially when the divine masculine comes around and that conversation happens, that you do remember the balance, especially with twin flames, because of the energy. The energy is amplified. It's doubled because it's your twin flame. So if there's something off of your energy, you may mirror that in your twin when they come back around. So anyway. So yeah, this is a great card. Look at the rainbow in the back with the sun. I guess it's like a sundial there. Really beautiful. So for those divine feminine that are on that track of like continuing that self-love, balancing their emotions, the water's emotion, and she's got this, like she's showing off. She's going from cup to cup and being grounded. So that's great. And she has one toe there in the water. So, you know, they're telling me, this is interesting. My high vibrational guides and angels are telling me that to notice her feet. So she has 1 foot in water, 1 foot on ground. It's important that us collective divine feminine balance our emotions and know how to master balancing that. But also remember the groundedness. So she has 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot tapped in the water. She knows how to be in between the two. Some people may be taking the foot on the ground as the masculine energy within the divine feminines. But she's grounded. She's tempered. She's got it. The next card is the Ace of Pentacles reverse. I don't know if some of you have taken a financial loss with work, or have ran into some hard times financially, or have had family run into hard times financially. Maybe they reached out to you all for help. Also, I'm hearing Ace of Pentacles reversed. Financial loss, but I'm hearing a slowdown. I don't know if some of y'all are spending. You know, maybe y'all have come into some money, maybe, and just like spending. So I don't know who that's for, but like, I don't know if you're really enjoying spending on yourself or your home or whatever it is, but to remember to balance that too. It's something with balancing your finances, or not to go overboard with that, because there could be a loss that has happened or is about to happen if you don't slow down. Be careful with contracts, or if you're getting anything done to your house, make sure you get a second opinion, or I don't know. That's kind of the message with that. It's interesting. And it's funny that it's the second card directly reversed, like up under the masculine's Knight of Pentacles. So he's like maybe coming out of a loss with the Knight of Pentacles. He's trying to develop things, and then some divine feminines are maybe about to experience that or have experienced that. Okay. And then the next card for the divine feminine is Stuck in the Mud. So as you can see, it's an elephant and he has a little bird on his back. This card, I had to read it because initially I thought, do you all mean the stagnation? Is there some stagnant energy? And I instantly heard no. So then I went to read the card, and yes, that's not what it means. It means that to slow down. So I don't know if some divine feminines are moving rather quickly or trying to create things or push things into a certain direction, and they're either getting roadblocked in some way. The universe and God are saying to slow down and look around you where you are. You may notice some things that are already in place, or that some things are about to happen that you're going to notice. But if you keep going on this fast track, you may miss it. So yes, we're roadblocking certain things to get you to slow down. I don't, some of you all may resonate with that. Some of you all may not. I don't know if you all have feelings of overwhelmed with certain things, whatever it could be that's making you feel that way. It's okay to be still in the moment and slow down, take a breath, and just allow. Okay? Really good reading. It's just a lot of changes coming. A lot of energy is being focused on this conversation that's going to be happening. And it's coming from, it's the collective. It's a big push for that. But, of course, lessons had to be learned. There's still some healing that needs to happen, and some truths need to be exposed. Which leads me to the final things I want to talk about. So, as I was reading the books from the author, Elliot Jackson, that Source God does mention twin flames, but briefly in a few of the books. And I've shared with you all a couple of truths already in the previous video that, a twin flame is not really your split soul, but they're actually your duplicate. They're your match. So as I've been meditating, I got this truth to come through. So in previous videos, I mentioned one defining factor, or for me, one thing that happened, I say defining factor because that's one thing they want me to express about a twin flame journey. But I experienced it and didn't know exactly what it meant. And they're letting me a little bit in on what it is. If you're on a twin flame journey and you've met your twin flame, so as I've said before in the past, there were moments when I was with my twin and I would see a flash of light. He experienced it too, but I think I was more curious about it than he was. I think he just kind of dismissed it somewhat. It was very weird. Like, he acknowledged it, but he was like, that is crazy. Wow, I don't know, whatever. And then we just moved on. But for me, it lingered on my mind, like, I need to go get myself checked. I need to go see my eye doctor, see what's something wrong with my eyes. So this was channeled to me to let you all know that in those moments, they're telling me that my twin and I were vibrationally matching. Our energies were matching. So we reflected like a mirror. Because, your eyes are the windows to your soul. So that actually occurred, where in those moments where we were like that and looked at each other, we would get that reflection, that flash of white light, of light. So that's one thing. Second thing, without me going into a lot of detail, I have been intimate with my twin and experienced seeing actually our chakra systems activate. So I would see like the hue of, like, I don't even know how to explain this, and maybe someone that has the gift of seeing auras, this is what they see, but it's almost like a mist, you know how you look at a light too long and then you look away and then you can kind of still see the reflection of, or the outline of the light. Like if you look at a light bulb and look away and you still see that. That's what it looked like. But I knew it was the chakra system because of the color. So when I looked down, there was red, there was yellow. And it freaked me out, so I closed my eyes. And I had to explain later what was wrong with me. But so those two things were revealed to me. So I said all that to say this, that if you're on a twin flame journey, you're going to experience some type of energetic phenomena with that person. Some type of something. Now, some people have defined the eye flashing as a definite sign that you are with your twin flame because of that reflection happening. But the reason why I say that, you guys, is because he and I being together and now separated activated so many ascension codes and triggered so many things in my soul. It's allowed me to go on my own path of my own self-love, my own union with myself. And I triggered that in him. And that is part of what the twin flame journey is. And thus it is helping the collective, it's helping the planet when that happens, when we do that. It's very, very, very rare. And the reason why they're telling me to express that is because many people, yes, think that they are encountered in that, and they aren't. Like I said, twin flames, this is not some exclusive love club where this is the ultimate love of your life. That's just not, it's not true. It's a bigger picture with it. We're activating ascension codes. We are creating energy to help uplift things, whether we're together in union or not, that is occurring. And I've noticed that when I go out by myself, that I'm affecting certain things. There's certain things happening that I don't quite understand. Aside from that, I want to share truth that came out of the book, and they want me to say this, is that not one single human being on this earth is meant to be alone. Period. If you think that you're just supposed to go through life and sacrifice all your time and not be with a counterpart, that is a lie. That is not true. That is a low vibrational influence trying to make you think that, so you can go into a depression or turn to drugs, alcohol, do low vibrational activities. I'm here to tell you that is not true. So don't lose your faith. For those of you that are on the track of, wanting your sacred union with a divine counterpart, a soulmate, that will come to you. Keep that faith. It is going to come, because each and every one of us are entitled to that. And that was said in the book. That's something my higher self knows, and you all know that too, okay? Don't forget that. No matter how many times you got to remind yourself. They also want me to say that with the twin flame journey, another part of our purpose, and believe it or not, people that are on a divine path to a soulmate or to, your twin flame union, or whatever that is, whatever, type of path, the path that you're on to coming into a partnership with someone that you have prayed for, that you have, you've gone on a reflection journey to yourself and healed yourself and worked on yourself. And, it's that saying about that person that inspires you to be a better you. Like, that's kind of that thing for those of you that have met your counterpart and you're in some type of separation. But for those of you that haven't met them, stay the course, because you all too are important on this journey into the mass consciousness, even if you're not on a twin flame journey. Like I told you guys several times before, it's about the love, the unconditional love. It's about getting rid of these old templates that have evolved, where, you know, the man leads, because actually the woman is the lead. We are the lead. We are not supposed to act out of desperation and codependency when it comes to a counterpart, when it comes to a relationship. We respect ourselves. We love ourselves. We are glowing. We're radiant, and we attract that to us. And our divine masculines will protect that because they see the beauty in that and they allow that. And that sacred union needs to be redefined again. It needs to be brought back up into this ascension process. And so that's what it's about. That's part of the bigger picture. They're telling me they haven't gone into, they're showing me a grid. And it's more complex on the other side than it is with us. It's like they don't want us to get all into that part of it, but they're just letting me know that essentially you all are helping with the divine or sacred feminine and masculine, and what that union looks like, what it's supposed to be, and helping in the ascension process of the earth and of the planet and of all of us. You're helping with that. And that's great that we're doing that. It's a great thing. I know it's painful. I know it's, but you grow through the pain. You work on yourself. You love yourself. You keep releasing what does not serve you. Do release letters. Burn them. I've done several. I don't know. I've lost count how many I've done. Just keep going. Keep doing it. And you'll just constantly feel better. You're constantly ascend. And when you're doing that, you're helping everyone else do the same. Spread the love. Read the books. I promise you, if you read them and you all want to come back to this video and comment, please do so, or post your own video about the books. But I promise you, your soul won't be the same. It just won't. You'll elevate, and it's a great thing. So I'm going to end it now because this video, I didn't want to be this long. So, but it is, and I had to get it out because it was time to do so. So until I get more messages and update you guys, take care of yourselves. Much love and light.